And Barak Yahweh, Barakatha, Yahusha, Barak Yahweh, Barakatha, Yahusha, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, abundance to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled Tyrone, Olives, and a Vine. Elder Shaquat of Mississippi sent me this post from Ra'ah La Yashrala Yahusha. Spoiler alert. They cloned Tyrone, so let me make this clear for the ones who keep missing the message of this movie. You are the clone. This movie has nothing to do with Jamie Foxx being cloned. This movie is about you, all you drug dealers, scammers, gangsters, pimps, hoes, and hood rats. You are the clones. You're just carbon copies of the same stereotypes placed in neighborhoods all across the country. You're allowed to thrive because what you are doing to the community keeps the property values low and the whites out, which allows the powers that be to experiment freely on your communities without fear of harming their own. You are the clones. You destroy your own living conditions for little to no real financial gain and at the expense of your own families due to lack of self-esteem and knowledge of self. You are the clones. You are the clones. You can't see past your own block or your own hood because you have been programmed to be short-sighted to keep you from seeing far enough to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that you are the clone. Notice how Tyrone wasn't even a character in the whole story. Tyrone was the clone at the end that saw himself on the news after the truth was finally revealed. You are Tyrone. Also notice how the whole hood had to finally come together to prevail. Please tell me that this didn't completely go over y'all head. My people suffer of a lack of knowledge. The real question is, how long, Tyrone? And if we use this perspective, according to Etimon Clone, 1903 in botany, group of cultivated or developed plants, each of which is a transplanted part of one original. Also, it goes into sprout, young branch, offshoot of a plant. According to babynames.com, Tyrone is primarily a male name of Irish origin that means from the land of the yew tree. The yew tree is known to be a poisonous tree, and it has capabilities to regenerate. Okay. Cloning can be associated to that Gentile state of mind, hence wild olives, meaning we love the law, statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, and became Gentiles because we were delving into other philosophies. Okay, Romans 11 and 23, and let me read this in the NLT. And if the people of Israel turn from their unbelief, they will be grafted in again, for the Most High has the power to graft them back into the tree. You by nature were a branch cut from a wild olive tree, hence cloning. You know, cloning also means what? Offshoot, sprout, twig, a branch. You by nature were a branch cut from a wild olive tree. So if the Most High was willing to do something contrary to nature by grafting you into his cultivated tree, and through this truth, we receive what the law, statutes, and the commandments. And that is what makes us cultivated. And it starts with the selection at the allotted time from Yahweh through Yahweh Shai to wake us up. Right? This is us receiving the Spirit, being born again, becoming cultivated, becoming spiritually civilized, and applying the law, statutes, and applying the law, statutes, and the commandments to the best of our abilities. He will be far more eager to graft the original branches back into the tree where they belong. And for this lesson, this is us coming back into the ways of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? Again, wild olives can be associated to cloning. A clone, group of cultivated plants, each of which is a transplanted part of one original. And what Esau did was he programmed us to stay in that Gentile state of mind. Philosophies makes you Gentiles, okay? Because they have nothing to do with the law, statutes, and the commandments. Going back into all you drug dealers, scammers, gangsters, pimps, hoes, and hood rats, you are the clones. You're just carbon copies of the same stereotypes placed in neighborhoods all across this country. And remember, Exodus 19:6, and you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which you shall speak unto the sons of Israel. And because we left the ways of the Most High, we became Gentiles. We became wild olives. And in today's time, Esau wants to keep that going. He wants us to remain niggas and spics and drug dealers and Americans and Mexicans and etc., 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 because this prolongs his kingdom, us not knowing who we are. We truly are. Now remember, Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I had planted you a noble vine, wholly, meaning our entire nation is righteous. Wholly a right seed, how then are you turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? We became wild olives. And Esau cloned that entire concept to keep us in that Gentile state of mind. Yet I have planted you a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then are you turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? And a definition for degenerate is when a person or people or a nation leave their customs, their traditions. Hence us, which was our downfall. And just to prove that definition, I think that was degenerate, according to the etymology, having lost or suffered impairment to the qualities proper to the race or kind. Our qualities, right? To be inferior to one's ancestors, to become unlike one's race of kind, fall from ancestral quality. And that begins with us walking away, committing spiritual fornication. Right? See, 2/3 in America remain in this state. Only the elect will return to the ways of the Most High. Okay? And the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the world. John 15:1. I am the true vine, and this is Yahushua speaking, and my Father is the husbandman. Okay? So in a nutshell, Yahushua is the vine or plant. Right? Yahushua is the vine / plant that Yahweh has spiritually cloned us to be. And in Yahweh, we have a reflection of Salakia. In Yahushua, we have a reflection of Yahweh. Again, Yahushua is the vine or plant. Yahushua